All right, this is April, also known as Grandma. This is Grandma, also known as April. Today I want to talk to you about two important subjects, sex and drugs. Okay? All righty. In another video, I told you all about the drug called Invokana. And what Invokana does, it rots your private parts, okay? Invokana rots your private parts. I think it's a drug for, don't let me start. It might be diabetes. I don't really know what Invokana is for. But anyway, nevertheless, at the end of the day, uh, it does rot. Among other things, that's the worst thing that it does is rots the private parts off. Okay, so they've been reporting that uh, men have been reporting since they took their penises have been shrinking. All right, but that ain't the worst of it. It's the worst is yet to come. Uh, they got shrinking penises. Now, keep in mind, it's always for a bigger agenda. Apparently, they didn't get enough penises to rot off, so they got to amp it up on a grand scale. So this thing here, it it does shrink the penises, okay? But not only that, they're going to soon discover that it rots the female private parts and the male private parts. I mean, as in decay, decay, Decay. Yeah, it is. And so I don't know what the spouses. Okay, now the real situation is the Most High is allowing this. At the end of the day, He's allowing this, right? He has to. This is how He operates. When you've gone so long without doing what He tells you to do, He has to send major destruction. Okay, read up in the Bible. Every time when kept, we kept getting out of hand for years and years and years and years and years, he like, okay, they won't listen to the prophets. I've sent people, so I got to take matters into my own hands. So yeah, these people actually are working for me. You think that they're not, but yeah, I got this thing has to be done because of the wickedness of the whole wide world. So I'm allowing it. Don't get it twisted. He's allowing it. I wonder why. Why would he allow it? Hmm. Same reason he allowed the flood. Hmm. Why would he allow it? Same reason we had to be run off of our land. Hmm. I wonder. Same reason we got over here and scattered. When you constantly defy God, eventually he just gets fed up. So, uh, prostitution is going to majorly increase because people are not going to have money. So, the oldest profession is going to resurge again. So, what I want to admonish. I don't know how much good it's going to do. If you do a lot of sleeping around, if you think your husband is sleeping around or your wife is sleeping around, before you have any kind of relationship with them, first of all, you probably need to go and get condoms. But if something ain't looking right or it's got a foul odor to it, you know to stay away from it. It's decaying. And then they're going to pass it on to you. But who am I? I'm just this old lady that can see things and pay attention because she was born with ADD. Then the Lord shows her things. Oh, well. I don't really believe that, old lady. Oh, well. All right. Don't start crying when all your stuff drops in the commode. And I'm not talking about feces. Okay. So, again, this thing here, just like in Volcana, it makes the private parts decay. Okay? So the guys that notice that they got a shrinking penis, they ain't saying nothing yet. That's just phase one of the extraction. Okay? All right. Now, so sex. Let's talk a little bit more about sex. Like I said, prostitution is going to rise again. So if you sleeping around, oh my God, this is the time not to be sleeping around. You wanna regret. First of all, you know if you're married, you're not supposed to be sleeping around anyway, okay? But if you insist, the wives or husbands that suspect your wife is sleeping around, mm, it's gonna be tough on you because you're gonna have to have a hands off because you're gonna have to be checking on stuff every day, every night, and then you just gonna say, "No, I ain't even checking. I ain't checking because I know you sleeping around." So, And the person that maybe they didn't take the V, but the other person that they sleeping with took the V. So when all those fluids merge, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be a wrap. So, oh, the other thing, bestiality is going to be on the upswing again on a grand scale. I remember one of my former pastors, she was telling the congregation that this man keeps a lamb in his carport, in his garage. It ain't his carport because everybody would see it. So he keeps a lamb in his, uh, garage. Or is it? Okay, is it? Okay, it's a garage. Yeah, the one with the automatic door. So anyway, bestiality is gonna come resurface again because they're gonna say, well, I can't really trust this person, I can't trust that person, so I'm gonna go get me. Oh yeah, now they're trying to make it legal where people can marry their dogs or their cats or their horses or whatever, and they're trying to make it legal to for a let's say a 60-year-old to marry a 9-year-old, 8-year-old, also known as pedophilia. They're trying to make it legal. So, um, I told you things are gonna get worse. They might be coming to a house near you because if you didn't take the bet and your partner took it, things and they might actually be faithful to you. Everybody doesn't cheat, but if they took the back, oh boy. So then now that stuff that's in it, it changes your DNA, right? We don't even have to go there. It changes your DNA. Okay. So not only while that DNA is changing, it's morphing into a monster, a cancerous monster. Okay? and it's targeted. Like I told you, that Infocana was targeted, like on the test rats. They tested it so much until once it finally met every trial and error, it passed when it decayed the penises and the vaginas on the rats. They said, oh, now we're ready to go to market. We are ready. We are ready. Ready to put it on the market. So, and then even if they do recall it, we just gonna tweak it up just a little bit and put it back on the market and still make millions and still decrease the population. Same song, different verse, people. So I used to say, wake up. But then another lady said, no, they beyond sleep. They in a coma. I'm like, yeah, she's right. Because that's why I can't, some of them are not budging because they in a coma. Now it all makes sense. They're comatose. I can't do nothing for comatose people. So I'm getting ready to start backing off, backing off. I've given you a whole lot of information actually. Look at my videos. I pretty much told you everything uh as it relates to trying to survive in these last days. You know, my basic scripture, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven, forgive them of their sins, and heal their land. Now, what if you suspect because your husband or your wife has started to smell before you notice anything, you notice a smell. So if you decide not to have sex with them, I'm hoping you can't hear my neighbors talking. They're gonna be mad. So what do when you start denying? Uh, this is gonna be a thing between you and the Most High. That's why I've been trying to tell you you need him because he's gonna need to instruct you on what to do. Okay? If it gets too bad and you just constantly crying out to him, he might have to just let that person die. If they keep coming at you saying putting a chokehold on you and all this sort of stuff, you know how some men more and more violent and all this sort of stuff. Oh, on a side note, why this is for a lot of the young people. Uh, please watch who you watch who you're dating. Now you're not gonna believe it, but it doesn't really matter. People that know me know. I did not when I had my child. I'm just being personal. When I had my daughter, I did not date for at least 19 years. She was out of the house. She was grown and gone. Okay? Because I could not take a chance on somebody bothering or touching her inappropriately. Okay? So when I was talking to my counselor, I was telling her all that. She said, so, oh, you were afraid of men. I hadn't really looked at it like that. And I'm like, well, I guess so. All I know is I got to protect my child. The boys will not say, nor the girls. So if you're going to hook up with somebody, you need to know from the Most High that that relationship has been approved. Okay? Every day somebody then took a child or now that's on the uptick. Why are the children dead? Why the small children are dead? Because they were sexually abused, and they had to get rid of all the evidence. That's why the child is dead. Oh, they didn't just decide to, oh, la da da da, we going to the mall, blah blah blah. But the child ended up dead. You know why? Because the child got brutally raped, and he didn't, or she, but it's mainly men, didn't want to the child to be able to tell or have the DNA on the child or any of that. So anyway, this is grandmama. This is, I told you it was going to get worse, and it's going to keep getting worse. One day you're going to listen, whether I'm here or not. One day you're going to see, hey, that old lady that called herself grandmama. I don't even remember her real name. My name ain't even important. I'm trying to give you a common name so it will think like old grandmama, that the ones that used to give out really good advice. That's me. So the name is not important. Remember the grandmotherly figure, the one that's trying to give you some good advice. Grandma. So grandmama can be anybody. Your next door neighbor. Somebody that you saw on the bus. Somebody that's trying to impart wisdom into you. It ain't about this. It ain't about me. I'm just out here trying to get the word out. Anybody that can impart wisdom to you is a grandmother or grandfatherly figure, okay? Not these folks like, girl, let's go down now and watch these strippers. God has a way to get this sex under control, okay? Even if it's making the stuff fall off. You have to realize He's the one that's allowing it. We can sit up and say that they're wicked all day. Yeah, they are. But apparently somebody was more wicked than the wicked people. Hmm. 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 Who could that have been? Let's see here. Somebody with nappy hair. Somebody with full lips. Oh yeah, somebody with a big nose. Yeah, that's right. I wonder who are those people. Wow, they were even wicked, more wicked than the wicked people. That's why the wicked people are on assignment from the Most High. Yeah, I said it. He allowed it. So when your stuff falls off, that's before you die. So you better start asking the Lord to reverse this, reverse this, because once they crank up that big machine, oh, well, even before they crank up that big machine, guys are already saying they're having problems. If it's shrinking, size does matter. Don't get it twisted. You can't do nothing with this. The ladies will tell you. What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? Anyway, this is Grandma. I'm also known as April. April, also known as Grandma. I want you to stay safe out there. Remember what I said. I've been telling you things are going, from this point on, it's going to continually to get worse. But the people like me, the people that have made a pact with God, the Most High, we're not going to be phased. We are not going to be phased. Okay? We're going to be enjoying our life being safe. Anyway, this is Grandmama, also known as April, saying, let's get this sign here going. My mouse is upside down, saying, Shalom.